Ryan says, let's go for it, and we still move the chains. So we've been, it's always something you target. I don't want to sit here and say we targeted more this year than last year, but I just think the way that line is played, the balance of J.K. and the running game, Justin at quarterback, it's made us a good third down football team. A year ago, we were okay, not as good. A year ago, we were a really good team that wasn't a good scoring zone team. This year, I think because of the line, the running back, and that quarterback, we've been a much better third down and score zone team.
Coach, it's two different teams, obviously, than the situation a few years ago at this exact spot in the basketball. Do you guys take anything away from having played this exact team in this situation?
Yeah, we have. I think there are a few guys that play in this day and age at these programs. If you're playing a lot 3 years ago, you've either graduated or you were good enough, you were going pro already. So a lot of the guys that were the redshirt guys, that are now in their fourth and fifth year that didn't quote participate, they watched that game. I was watching that game on TV myself, so I watched the game. I didn't watch it this year because I just kind of think we're a little bit different offense. So I know we're supposed to go back. I've watched a lot of Clemson tape from several years, but I really didn't go back and target that game because I just think where we are with the quarterback and the offense we're running with Coach Day is different enough. I know Coach Venables extremely well. I worked with the guy for 9 years, so I know him, and I just don't know if he would go back and look at that game because I just think not that we're better, we're just completely different right now. Even though we didn't change, we're just a different offense. So I think. So anyway, I haven't tried to grow off it. I haven't talked about that with these guys. We've just talked about this year, making a name for yourself, and now you're in a championship week. It's time to play. I faced it 9 years at Oklahoma, so I'm used to it. Actually, at Oklahoma, he'd stand over the ball with the center, snapped it until he got the right play, and if he could do that, he'd actually do that. He actually used to stand on the numbers till they made the deal where you're supposed to. He's still in the white. If we could get him out of the white, that guy does a heck of a job pulling him back all the time. He plays every snap. But it's, I think he got, because, in 2008, we went to the no huddle in Oklahoma and we're practicing every day. And he was such a competitive guy, wanting the good defense every day in practice. He was trying to get the right defense in. So he'd see us real quick. So I think his ability to, one, get a great feel. I know how he studies tendencies. Is your tight end attached? Is he on the ball, off the ball? Is the back to the tight end, away from the tight end? Is he in pistol? When your receivers get their splits, he analyzes all that for statistical numbers. And then with that in his mind, he tries to figure out in his mind what he thinks that week versus that team, what's the best call for what he sees. And then over time, he's come up with a way to how to communicate that quickly to his players. And in a very complimentary way, it is so chaotic, it's actually organized and good. And they get used to not being lined up and hitting it on the run and actually looking like they're not ready to play and it's a loss of 2. Like, what happened there? Like, wow, they weren't even ready to go and now it's second 12. And they kind of practice that way, kind of does it every day. He doesn't make a big deal about it. And their players get used to it. They play with a lot of confidence. And I enjoy watching them on game day. And like I said, I really felt at Oklahoma, Coach Stoops was a great game day coach. And I always said, being a North Carolina guy, watching Dean Smith, all those great Carolina basketball players as a kid, I love basketball. And a lot of football guys follow stats, and Vince's a stat guy, but Vinny's a stat guy. But we have a piece of paper that says you should run this play now. All those analytics. One of the keys of being a great coach is feel. And I thought Coach Stoops had phenomenal football feel of what to do, and I think that bled in how Brent calls his game. I think he has great feel on game day and the ability to make adjustments. And his kids are used to it, and they do an awesome job. No, shoot, no. If you know, let me know. What's different this year, it looks like, and it's the beauty of Coach Venables, is he's playing to the strength of Isaiah, because it's a unique player, and he's kind of created a defense that's his version of what looks like over time what Iowa State and so many guys have gotten into with that 3-man front with the umbrella coverages and how you can pressure, you can bring them all and drop them all. But I think that was created more because of the skill set of an unbelievable athlete. So in 4 down, he's kind of playing a nickel linebacker, but when he goes to 3 down, he can move them in so many different places. And I think it's just a credit to Brent being creative and just taking advantage of a great skilled player. So, you're kind of seeing too, and that where in years past you really just saw his 4 down. And in the 3rd down, you would get exotic 3rd down defenses. Now, you're getting a mixed bag. And it's from week to week. And quite honestly, I know he sits there and studies you, and it's not what he wants to do personally, it's how he wants to attack you.